told for years that stopping muscle loss is mostly about eating more protein. That sounds logical, but it's only half of the story. After 60, your muscles don't just respond to how much protein you eat. They respond to when you deliver it. The same daily total split the wrong way whispers to your muscles, while the right timing speaks loud and clear. Tonight I want to show you the simplest timing trick I know for later life. One that fits real kitchens and real evenings. Bookend your day with protein signals your body can't ignore. A confident, protein-centered breakfast soon after waking and a calm, protein-centered pre-sleep snack most nights. 2 anchors, 1 rhythm. That's it. When you teach your muscles with timing, especially at breakfast and before bed, you overcome the natural resistance to building that appears with age. You protect your legs, and you feel that quiet strength return to ordinary tasks like standing from low chairs, climbing steps, and carrying groceries. This is not a bodybuilding plan. This is a longevity habit you can keep. Aging changes how the body hears the message to build and repair. In your 30s and 40s, a modest dose of protein at any meal tends to flip the repair switch easily. After 60, the same serving barely moves the needle. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. I prefer a simpler image. Your muscle's volume knob gets turned down with time. The whisper that once worked, 10 or 15 grams scattered here and there, no longer reaches the circuitry that tells your body to maintain. What does reach it is a clear pulse of amino acids that crosses a threshold your muscle recognizes, backed by a steady daily rhythm and small moments of tension from movement. The goal is not to hunt for exotic powders or swallow huge portions. The goal is to deliver a confident signal exactly when your body is most ready to listen. Morning is your first golden hour. Overnight you fasted. Blood amino acids are low. Many older adults wake up and take only coffee, maybe a cookie, maybe fruit. Lunch does the heavy lifting and dinner carries the most protein. That skewed pattern is common and quiets the repair switch for the first half of your day. You feel it as hollow thighs on stairs, a subtle wobble when turning quickly, and the slow creep of weakness that doesn't match your spirit. Flip the pattern and your body responds. Within 60 to 90 minutes of waking, give yourself a protein-centered breakfast that reliably delivers around 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein and includes 2 things your muscle cells look for: enough total protein to matter and enough leucine, the amino acid that acts like the doorbell, to cross the threshold that wakes older muscle. That threshold lives around 2.5 grams of leucine in a meal for most older adults, which you can reach with practical foods. A cup of Greek or strained yogurt plus a handful of nuts, 2 eggs paired with cottage cheese or soy yogurt, firm tofu with vegetables, a whey, or soy-based smoothie made with milk or soy milk and a scoop of quality protein, or a bowl of oats cooked in milk with a spoon of protein stirred in and seeds on top. If you're fully plant-based, a soy base is your friend. Soy milk, tofu, tempeh, and soy yogurt. Deliver the leucine signal well when portioned smartly. If you are lactose sensitive, choose lactose-free dairy or fortified soy. If your appetite is small in the morning, make the portion modest but real and sip the rest over the first hour. The principle is simple. Send a clear protein signal early so your body spends the morning maintaining, not borrowing from your legs. Your second golden hour is the opposite edge of the day. While you sleep, the body does its housekeeping, repairing tiny exercise-induced tears, refilling energy stores, and deciding which tissues to keep. Older muscles drift toward breakdown at night when the bloodstream runs short on building blocks. A small protein-centered snack most evenings gives you a slow trickle of amino acids through the first big block of deep sleep, the very window when the body prefers to repair. You don't need a feast. You need calm delivery. Think a cup of Greek or soy yogurt with a spoon of ground flax or chia, cottage cheese with a few berries, a mug of milk or soy milk with a small scoop of protein if that fits your plan, or a cube or 2 of firm tofu with olive oil and herbs. If reflux visits you, keep the portion modest and finish at least an hour before bed. Then raise the head of your bed a little so gravity is your ally. If you manage blood sugar, pair protein with minimal sugars. The goal is stability, not a sweet wave that wakes you at 2 a.m. If your clinician has given you kidney-related targets, keep your totals within the plan you've agreed on. Timing is a lever you can use even when amounts are tailored. Those two anchors, an honest protein breakfast and a calm pre-sleep snack, are the single trick dressed in 2 moments. Together, they do 3 things your muscles adore. First, they hit the build now threshold twice every day instead of only at dinner, giving your body 2 clear chances to maintain. Second, they limit the long morning stretch with almost no amino acids and the long night stretch with none at all, which reduces the time your body spends nibbling at your own muscle for fuel. Third, they line up with your hormones' natural rhythm. You wake ready to act and sleep ready to repair. This isn't a hack. It's cooperation with biology. Distribution across the day matters too, but not in a fussy way. If your total daily protein is, say, 75 grams, you'll likely do far better spreading it as roughly 25 at breakfast, 25 to 30 at lunch, and 20 to 30 at dinner than packing most of it into the evening. You can think of it as the 3-plate rule. 3 plates with a real protein anchor instead of 1 plate doing all the work. If you're smaller or larger, the numbers adjust. The idea doesn't. For many women, after 25 grams each at breakfast and lunch with 20 grams at dinner feels comfortable and effective. For many men, after 30 grams at breakfast and lunch with 20 to 30 at dinner fits well. When in doubt, aim for enough protein at each main meal to feel like a main character on the plate. Not a side note. Let me build this into a day you can live. You wake, drink a little water, and do 1 minute of gentle leg work to put a tiny tension signal into your thighs and hips. A slow set of sit-to-stands with a 2-second hover above the chair, or a short wall sit while the kettle warms. That minute asks your muscles to be present. 10 to 20 minutes later, you sit to a breakfast that carries the protein signal over the threshold. If you like eggs, 2 eggs plus a side of Greek or soy yogurt and a sprinkle of nuts sends a clear message. If you prefer plants, scramble firm tofu with tomatoes and spinach and add a side of fortified soy yogurt or a small smoothie to reach your numbers. If mornings are rushed, blend milk or soy milk, a banana or berries, a scoop of protein and a spoon of seeds. Keep it in the fridge the night before. Lunch repeats the pattern with simpler choices than you might expect. A tuna or salmon bowl with beans and greens, a lentil quinoa salad with olive oil and pumpkin seeds, or a tofu stir-fry with rice and vegetables. Dinner can be lighter if evenings tend to be late. A vegetable soup with a side of cottage cheese and tomatoes, grilled fish with greens, a bean and corn tortilla with avocado. 90 minutes before bed, dim the lights to protect deep sleep. 60 minutes before bed, finish any large fluids so you don't chop your sleep into pieces with bathroom trips. 30 to 60 minutes before lights out, have your small protein snack. Then breathe slowly with a longer exhale for 5 minutes. It looks unremarkable. It rewrites tomorrow. You might wonder how big small is for the nighttime snack. For many older adults, 15 to 20 grams of protein is the sweet spot, enough to drip feed muscles for hours. Not so much that it disturbs sleep or digestion. That could be a cup of low-fat Greek yogurt, a cup of soy yogurt plus a few nuts, half a cup of cottage cheese with cinnamon, a small glass of milk or soy milk paired with a few almonds, or a small tofu bowl with olive oil and herbs. If you're sensitive at night, start with 10 to 12 grams and see how you feel. If leg cramps bother you, the evening stretch and a small protein snack can help settle calves and hamstrings while you sleep. If you use a CPAP machine, keep the humidifier set correctly. A parched nose wakes you and steals the deep sleep that makes the snack worthwhile. What if you never feel hungry in the morning? Appetite is a trainable signal. Begin with a half serving and a plan, not a debate. A half cup of Greek or soy yogurt with seeds and a few berries is far better than coffee alone. After a week, your body expects breakfast. After 2, it asks for it. A small walk or a minute of gentle leg work before breakfast often flips the appetite switch. If digestion is touchy early, choose smoother textures, yogurt, smoothies, soft tofu, and keep spices gentle. If you take morning medications, coordinate with your clinician so breakfast supports, not competes with, your plan. What if you sleep better on an empty stomach? Many people believe this because late, heavy dinners disturb sleep. The evening snack I'm describing is small and early enough, 30 to 60 minutes before bed, that it settles quietly. If reflux is part of your life, keep portions modest, avoid lying down flat after eating, and raise the head of your bed slightly. Many older adults find that a small protein snack paired with dim light and slow breathing actually deepens the first sleep cycle. The proof is in your morning legs. Let's talk about budget, culture, and preference, because a plan that ignores your reality won't last. Eggs, milk, yogurt, soy milk, tofu, beans, lentils, canned fish, and cottage cheese are affordable protein anchors in most places. Pairing beans with grains like rice and beans or lentils and flatbread gives you a complete amino acid profile over the day. Add a small side of dairy or soy to bring the leucine up at that meal. If you love Latin flavors, a breakfast plate could be scrambled eggs with tomatoes and onions plus a small bowl of black beans. A pre-sleep snack might be a warm cup of milk with cinnamon and a small handful of almonds. If you're Italian-leaning, breakfast could be yogurt with walnuts and a drizzle of olive oil. Pre-sleep could be a spoon or two of ricotta with strawberries. If you're fully plant-based, learn a few go-to combinations that hit the threshold. Soy yogurt with seeds, tofu scramble plus a side of soy milk, tempeh stir-fry with edamame. Preference is power. The proteins you enjoy are the ones you'll remember. Hydration and circulation are quiet partners in this story. Muscles that live in a drought struggle to use amino acids efficiently. Front-load fluids in the morning and early afternoon so your body isn't thirsty at night. If your ankles swell during the day, elevate your legs on a cushion for 20 to 30 minutes late afternoon so the extra fluid drains before bedtime. That simple habit reduces nighttime bathroom trips and protects deep sleep, which is when your muscles do their best work. If you live with high blood pressure, be mindful with salty evening foods. Extra sodium late can raise pressure and disrupt sleep. Season boldly with herbs, citrus, garlic, and pepper during the day and use a lighter hand with salt after sunset. If you exercise, keep timing simple. After a strength session or a brisk walk with hills, any main meal you are going to eat anyway can be your protein pulse. You don't need a separate shake unless it helps you meet your numbers. What matters most is that the meal crosses the threshold. Pair that with the morning anchor and the pre-sleep anchor and you've already done the advanced version without thinking about it. Supplements come up in every conversation like this. Keep your approach clear and calm. Most older adults do very well with foods they recognize and, if helpful, a scoop of a quality whey or soy protein to make breakfast practical or to build a small evening snack on days when dinner was light. If you choose whey, you'll usually reach the leucine threshold with a 25-gram serving. If you choose soy, aim a little higher or pair it with soy milk to get there comfortably. Collagen is useful for skin and tendons, but low in the amino acids your muscle prefers. If you like it for joints, pair it with a real protein source elsewhere. If your kidneys have specific limits, work within them. Even with limits, timing, especially the morning pulse, can help you maintain with smaller portions. Your pharmacist or clinician can help fit this into your plan if you take multiple medications. Now let me make all of this real with a few lives that look like the lives I meet every week. Picture Elena, 72, who wakes to 2 cups of coffee and nothing else, eats a late lunch and a big dinner. She climbs stairs with a pause at the landing and tells herself it's just age. She decides to run a 2-week experiment. Day 1, she swaps the empty morning for a bowl of Greek yogurt with walnuts and berries and does a slow minute of sit-to-stands while the kettle warms. She keeps dinner lighter and adds a small cup of milk with cinnamon half an hour before bed. On day 4, she notices that standing from the sofa asks for less negotiation. In week 2, she adds a tofu and vegetable lunch with olive oil and seeds to anchor midday. Nothing dramatic happens, and yet everything does. Mornings begin on steadier legs, and the second flight of stairs stops feeling like a story she has to tell herself. Think of Daniel, 66, who loves cooking and eats well but stacks most of his protein at dinner. He lifts light weights twice a week and is frustrated by the flat feel in his thighs. He keeps his dinners identical and shifts only timing. He makes a breakfast sandwich with 2 eggs and a slice of cheese on whole grain toast with tomatoes. He keeps a cup of cottage cheese in the fridge and a small bowl with cinnamon for the evening. 3 weeks later, he notices that he no longer uses his hands to stand from low chairs and that his posture while doing dishes is taller. He didn't add exercise, he added timing. Consider Rosa, 69, who is fully plant-based and worried that her way of eating can't protect her legs. She learns to treat soy as a friend and to portion it with intent. Breakfast becomes soy yogurt with chia and a small smoothie of soy milk and berries. Lunch rotates between a tofu stir-fry and a lentil bowl with pumpkin seeds. Dinner stays her favorite vegetable soups and salads. 30 minutes before bed, she enjoys a warm mug of soy milk. Her weight stays steady. Her confidence grows. She walks with a softer landing because her thighs feel present again. Meet Jorge, 75, who sleeps poorly and wakes unrefreshed. He believed eating anything at night would make sleep worse. He tests a smaller idea. He keeps dinner early, dims the lights, takes a warm shower, and tries half a cup of Greek yogurt with cinnamon 45 minutes before bed while he reads a few pages under a lamp. He breathes out longer than in for 5 minutes, then turns off the light. The first week is normal. The second week he notices he stays asleep through the first part of the night more often. He keeps the habit and his morning ankles feel less stiff. He smiles because the change didn't require perfection, only rhythm. And think of May, 74, who takes a diuretic in the afternoon and wakes 3 times at night. Her muscles feel stringy in the morning. She speaks with her clinician about adjusting timing, so most of her diuretic is earlier in the day, elevates her legs after dinner for half an hour, finishes larger fluids 90 minutes before bed, and keeps her pre-sleep snack modest. A small tofu bowl with olive oil and herbs, or half a cup of cottage cheese with a few blueberries. 2 weeks later, she sleeps longer stretches, and her morning steps feel less cautious. There are traps to avoid, so the plan doesn't eat itself. Don't let the evening snack turn into a second dinner. Keep it small, peaceful, and on purpose. Don't skip breakfast 5 days and then try to catch up on the weekend. Muscles learn from repetition, not binges. Don't chase protein with salty, ultra-processed foods at night. You'll trade deep sleep for thirst and bathroom trips. Don't let daily totals drift so low that timing has nothing to work with. If your appetite is tiny, add a scoop of protein to foods you already eat. Stir it into yogurt, blend it into soups, whisk it into oatmeal. Don't fear plants, beans, lentils, tofu, and soy milk. Do excellent work when portioned with intent. And don't measure the plan by the scale alone. Strength shows up first in the way you move through your day. You may ask, how soon will I feel this? The honest timeline is encouraging. Energy at breakfast changes the same day. Confidence on stairs often shifts within 2 to 3 weeks. Standing from low seats without using your hands commonly returns in 4 to 6 weeks if you pair the timing anchors with a minute a day of gentle leg tension. The mirror is slow. Daily life is fast to respond. Track what matters. How many times you stood without pushing on your thighs. Whether you chose the stairs without thinking. Whether your stride felt yours again crossing the parking lot. Because safety is part of strength, a few clear notes belong in any plan for later life. If your clinician has set a specific protein target because of kidney, liver, or other conditions, timing lives inside that target. Don't change totals on your own. If you take multiple medicines, ask your pharmacist how morning protein fits with them. If you live with reflux, keep evening portions modest and protect gravity by raising the head of your bed. If your blood sugar is part of your daily management, pair protein with fiber and keep evening sugars minimal. If you have swallowing difficulties, choose softer textures and sip patiently. Precision is not perfection. It's a pattern that respects your reality. I want you to hear the heart of this message without any clutter. After 60, your muscles still listen, but they need a louder, better timed voice. Give them breakfast protein that counts. Give them a small, calm evening snack that feeds repair while you sleep. Hold those anchors most days and let the rest of your meals be ordinary and enjoyable. Fold in a minute or two of gentle tension for the legs and short walks after meals to keep circulation moving and blood sugar calm. That's your blueprint. It fits inside busy days. It protects balance, steadiness, and confidence. And it keeps your body living like a partner, not a project. If you like a single line that keeps you honest, write this where you'll see it in the morning and at night. Protein soon after sunrise. Protein before moonrise. Small, steady, and on purpose. That's the trick. It sounds simple because it is. Simple is how you keep promises to yourself at this stage of life. As you close this video, choose your starting trio. Tomorrow morning, replace coffee alone with a real protein breakfast you enjoy. This evening, dim the lights an hour before bed and prepare a small protein snack you can finish 30 to 60 minutes before lights out. Sometime today, do 1 minute of gentle leg work while the kettle warms to remind your muscles where to spend tomorrow's resources. Tell someone you love what you're changing and ask them to check in on you in a week. Share in the comments which breakfast you chose and what changed on the stairs. Your story will help someone else begin. If this was useful, stay close to this community. We're building a library of friendly, science-grounded habits that protect strength, circulation, confidence, and vitality in the decades that matter most. Your muscles are still listening. Give them timing they can't ignore.